presentation, number 4 for the day, the secret to successful direct booking strategy. I work in a hotel international chain, whether you work internationally, locally, regionally, we all want to direct bookings to our systems. So today we'll be having a very informative session coming from Mr. Stuart Smith, Managing Director for Middle East and Africa of Sogern. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much. Mark works. Hopefully the clicker works and we can get going. So thank you everyone today for joining us in our intimate little room. I'm going to run through a topic which is hopefully close to everybody's heart in the room, and that's direct booking strategy and secrets to running a successful one. So I'll start off with a quick introduction for myself. My name is Stuart Smith, and as I was introduced, I'm the Managing Director for Sogern in the Middle East and Africa. I've been with Sogern in Dubai for the last 8 years, and with Sogern for just over 10 years. And with the help of my colleague Sfera in the room, who's taking lots of photos, we've built up a successful business out here dealing with around 400 always-on hotel clients. And that number is hopefully going to grow over the next few years too. So for those of you who don't know who we are and what we do, I thought I'd start off with a quick explanation about Sogern. We're a travel data marketing company, been in existence for around 15 years, and we like to believe we were born for travel with day one. Our niche is travel, we only deal with travel clients. But essentially Sogern's an easy to use marketing platform for travel marketeers. It enables them to cost effectively drive demand, convert customers, and build guest satisfaction and loyalty. Globally, we work with around 10,000 customers. We have a booking engine integration with around 300 that allows us to run digital marketing activities as well as report on conversions being driven from that activity. What makes Sogern unique is that we sit on a lot of travel data. So each month we see in excess of 350 million traveler profiles globally, and that's collected from around 100 what we call data partners. So those are made up of airlines, those are made up of OTAs, meta search engines, hotel groups, etc. So anywhere really where you're putting in search, where you're searching for origin, destination, dates of travel, duration of travel, etc. That's the kind of data we would collect and use for our marketing. So I thought I'd start off though with a few mere travel trends. So although the meaty part of the presentation is around a booking direct strategy, we also run a lot of travel trends, we run a lot of insights report for the industry, but then also for our hotel partners, and it's just a good way for the audience to kind of understand how we're using travel data to build strategy for our hotel clients. So this number shouldn't be a surprise for anyone sitting in the room. That's the increase in global flight bookings to MEA year-on-year of 13.4%. So good number, strong number, and I think everyone in the room has benefited from that number in one way or another. So that demand should increase going into next year too. But looking at different travel trends to the Middle East and the UAE specifically, as we've got highlighted here. So H2 of 2022, we already passed the pre-COVID levels in the region, right? And 2023 has been seen as a year of improvement. So each, on the left you see destination Middle East, and on the right destination UAE, and each number on top of those bar charts is the year-on-year growth. So you can see 2022 for both Middle East and the UAE grew significantly, as with most places in the world to be fair. But in 2023 you can see that that growth has been sustained, and in the Middle East in general 10%, which is solid. But the UAE's just done a standout job in growing in excess of 20% year-on-year, so really good numbers there. Looking at a little bit of a shorter snapshot of kind of weekly travel trend data we see into the Middle East, you've got the 2023 line in orange and the 2019 line in blue. You can see they follow a similar trend, but there was more travellers in 2023. Do you see a drop-off in the middle of October? Nothing to be alarmed of, that's just when we run the report from, and we don't have data on a lot of Q4 bookings, which is still to be made. So moving on to obviously an area that's affecting a lot of people in the room at the moment, and the regional instability in the Gaza and Israel area at the moment. and how that's starting to affect bookings into the region from, I think it was around 7th of October when it started, you can see at the end. So again, you've got the orange and blue lines there, but you see a significant drop off in 2023 numbers going towards the end of October. That number's down, it's stabilized a little bit. There are markets in the region that are more affected than others. We do have more recent data, so if you are interested in seeing that, just grab me or Sverre after the presentation and we can kind of share that data with you, but hopefully it's something that resolves in time. And then looking at another big event that's happening here at the moment, or is about to kick off on Thursday, I believe, that's COP28. And here we took a snapshot of different regions around the world and how we're seeing the travel into Dubai change compared to a month ago, compared to where we see now. And you can see North America has been the biggest increase in inbound visitations around the COP28. So that's it on my few insight slides. If you found that interesting, but now I'll just jump into the direct booking strategy and kind of how Sojern can assist hoteliers in this area. So I'll start off with a quick rhetorical question is, how do you drive more direct bookings to your website, right? I mean, the key secret for me is putting digital at the heart of those efforts. So we speak to a lot of hotels, and those hotels all face common challenges, right? So whether they're starting a digital strategy, whether they're looking to establish it, or whether they're looking to grow it, these four topics do come up quite a lot, right? So one is OTA dependence, 2 is lack of marketing resource, 3 is proving ROI, and then 4th is growing existing customers, right? So with OTA independence, in this region especially, I think there's an over-reliance on OTAs for hotels. They're expensive, you pay them a lot of commissions and you don't necessarily own that customer. So we need to try and level the playing field, and a way of doing that is obviously driving direct bookings. Lack of marketing resource, it takes time and effort to run a lot of digital marketing. Not all the hotels have the resource to do that, so it's about working with a partner that can aid and assist there. Proving ROI, so everyone wants a solid ROI to report back to their GMs, to the hotel owners, etc. So very important there. And then finding new customers, right? Finding new customers as well as continuing to work with existing customers, right? So making sure that they come back and book with your property again. So how can we assist on actually driving direct bookings? I think a key part of that is understanding the traveller path to purchase, which I will get onto here. So at Sojern, for example, we sit and we see billions of intent and search data points each month. So it's important to help understand that user journey and how best to engage with people throughout that user journey. So at the bottom, you can see it highlights quite well from the dreaming phase. So that's before a search is even made, all the way through to the booking phase, right? So typically, as a hotel brand, you would only see little bits of this, right? So working with different partners who are able to see what's happening on your website, what's happening on your competitor brands, what's happening on OTAs, what's happening on metas is super important. And it helps you identify when best to serve ads to users, what channels to actually serve ads to, and when best to appear in front of those guys to make sure they're considering your hotel and making sure that they're actually booking with your hotel, because it is a competitive place. There's lots of other hotels competing in the same area, so it's important that you are appearing where you need to be. So if I look at the journey, and this is just elaborating on what I said, right? So we see typically up to 500 digital touch points before someone actually makes a booking. So very complex. I've been in this game quite a while now, but I remember when these studies first came out and you were looking at 30 to 40 touch points, right? So it's getting more complicated, it's getting more difficult to navigate for hotel marketeers. And then travellers have gone multi-channel, right? So it's no longer you can advertise on SEM or on Google and hope you're going to get a booking. You need to be on display, you need to be on social, you need to be on Meta, and you need to be on SEM, because all of your competitors are on those channels, and if you're not on those channels, you're likely going to be missing a booking, right? And as well as those channels, it's also important to be always on. So looking at, wrapping up here a little bit, looking at the key benefits for hotels on working with a vendor like Sojern and what we can add. One is increased bookings. So it's about the ability to find new customers and engage with them and inspire them to book with you directly. It's maximizing spend and margin. So it's working with vendors who have the technology, who have the experience, who are able to drive a positive ROI and improve profitability over time. And it's about leveraging travel data and digital marketing expertise, right? So you saw some of the insights that Sojern is able to provide, but there's also the technology behind the scenes, right? So it's vendors who can use AI, who have algorithms, who are able to optimize your campaigns for performance, right? And then again, growing new and existing customers, right? So putting your brand out there, building and maintaining that loyalty, making sure when you understand when users are booking, what they're looking for, what kind of product they're looking for, what ancillary revenue you can drive from those users. So key takeaways and priorities heading into 2024. I would say, as you probably gathered, prioritizing direct bookings, and it's about owning that customer, right? It may look expensive to start with, but the lifetime value of the customer over time definitely does pay off. It's about activating loyalty and program data. As hoteliers, you are sitting on a treasure trove of data, and it's important to put that at the center of your digital marketing efforts. And then lastly, it's putting digital at the heart of your marketing strategy. Always on and multi-channel. And that is a wrap for me. So thank you all very much, and open for any questions. Thank you.